With used vehicle prices at an all-time high, it makes car guys like me miserable trying to shop for a project car. I know I need another project like my friend Rich needs another staff member, but to be fair, it's nearly been a year since I've been to the local salvage auction, and today I'm going to search through a sea of nearly 5,000 cars to see what stands out. And hopefully we'll also find out if this is the reasonable solution to the current day eye-watering classified prices. Joining me is my friend Scott, aka Radarosa. He's traveled over 4,000 miles away from his home in the United Kingdom to help me with the super screwed up supercar project that we'll be releasing here on YouTube soon, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you'll be notified when it drops. But I just wanted to give him and you a real look of what it's like to find that special project that you can just stumble upon and sometimes win really cheap while scouring these auctions. Now, if you can't tell, I'm obsessed with auction cars. The only thing that is more exciting to me than a salvage special is my favorite game, Raid Shadow Legends. Raid is notorious for its epic battles, and just wait until you encounter their biggest, baddest boss yet, the Hydra. This supercharged clan boss is like no other. Each of its heads has unique mechanics. It can afflict your champion, spreading damage to your entire team. And one of my favorite things about Raid is that they're always updating the game, keeping it fresh with new events, factions, and champions. Like right now, you can collect esports legend Simple. They've turned him into a Raid champion, and he's free as long as you log in 7 days between now and January 28th. So what are you waiting for? Download Raid for free using my link in the description, or just scan the QR code right here. New users that do are going to get a ton of resources and a mystery champion for free. Wonder who that mystery champion could be? Well, you won't know until you download Raid. And I gotta give a huge thanks to Raid for sponsoring this video. Scott, you traveled quite the distance to check out a salvage auction here in America.
This is actually my first salvage auction I've ever been to, and I chose a good one. Sun's shining, I've got a good host that can talk me around some of these cars. Let's go and check them out. There's a lot here to get around.
There's all sorts of interesting stuff all over this lot. It's usually scattered around, but Scott, I heard there's something really interesting in this building right here.
Yeah, something blue, old, and worth millions. Millions.
Let's see what's going on. Well, these sport bikes are pretty incredible here, Scott. Is this what we're coming in here for?
Well, I don't have a bike license, but I'm always interested in bikes. This one here I was explaining, Sam, that Charlie Boardman, Ewan McGregor, long way up, long way down, long way round.
Are they YouTubers?
Well, one is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's right,
yeah,
I know that.
yeah.
Ewan McGregor, right?
Yeah. But the things they did on one of these bikes, absolutely amazing.
And this one's really nice. I looked, I said, what's wrong with it? It says it's got front end damage. This one's nice.
I can't see anything. I can't personally see it. Maybe something's a little bit bent at the front here, but you know.
All right. That's not what we came in here for. It's clearly that thing in the background. This is this a Bugatti?
Bugatti. This is an original, like priceless basically. These things you can tell by the color what it is.
So you could also tell by the wheels, it's probably
I just think they were an upgrade. The original ones had the wire wheels. These, you know, clearly, they're a little bit dated, the wire wheels now. So this guy's added some class to this Bugatti.
Now these headlights look like they came off of an old Ford. Are you sure? Or one of them's got a different look.
Did you see that? Yeah, that would. Do you know the specific reason they had this mesh here?
No.
On just one headlight?
Have no idea.
Me neither.
So I also don't think this is classic Bugatti. No, this is built on the frame of a Volkswagen, but something really custom, really cool. What would something like this even go for? This is like a priceless car, but it would probably cost a good amount of money to build something that...
Unfortunately, we've got, you know, the spare wheel that would bolt on the side here. That's missing, so we're going to knock a few dollars off for that one, but...
I like it. This is classic. You know what I like is something that doesn't look like anything in my current garage, and that's exactly what we have here.
I can see you driving this. Yeah, definitely.
Daily. So, I see something pretty cool, something I have yet to see in a salvage yard yet. These cars are relatively new. Scott, that is the latest gen Cadillac Escalade. That is the epitome of luxury SUVs. People will tell you a Rolls-Royce Cullinan. A Lamborghini Urus is better. Obviously, those are a bit more compact. This is a body on frame truck SUV. and this is the best that they make. How much do you think a car like this costs in US dollars?
So you mentioned the Bentley, you mentioned the Rolls Royce. Now I know that those things cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is a very nice looking car. I would have said maybe $120,000.
I think you've knocked on it pretty good. I thought for sure that you would have guessed a little cheaper. These cars have really crept up in value. They've become very desirable. 2,325 miles on it.
Wow, so it must be really new.
So these cars have a self-driving option on them. I don't know if this one does, but you know how the self-driving features, even in Teslas, they tell you got to put your hands on the wheel, right?
Yeah.
Not this one.
Really?
This one monitors your eyes to make sure that you're awake and looking at the road. So, 2,000 miles, not a single airbag blown. This looks like a really nice trim. We got to see if it starts up. Close the door, foot on the brake, push the start button. Perfect. Wow. Just look at that forward camera. Really nice. What is wrong with this car? Well, we haven't taken a look at the passenger side yet, so we can't rule that out. But this would be an incredible daily driver. Look what we've got here. We've got Scott putting his hand in the rear view mirror. Look, this is a camera rear view mirror. That is not a mirror. That's a screen. Everything looks clean. Everything looks stock. And look at this side. So what is wrong with this Escalade? That's the mystery here. All right, Scott, so I pulled the listing up because I'm wondering what the heck is going on here. And if you look, it doesn't have a lot of information. So this is a future sale lot, run and drive. Obviously, we just started it up with normal wear. When I look on the outside, I do see, and you come and tell me if you see the same, but it looks like this quarter panel was repaired and repainted. That's what it looks like to me. The rest of the paint work and body work looks well, pretty original. I would just say that quarter.
Yeah, it's had something here. You can see just on this rear bumper. There's a few telltale signs, but
the bodywork itself looks good in person. You know, obviously we haven't pulled any liners away or anything like that, but overall it's in really spectacular condition, and these cars cost a lot new.
So Sam, why would this come through Copart then?
So a dealer would go, they buy it, they fix it, and then rerun it through. I mean, that's just my assumption. It could be a number of things. There's things called rejected repairs. So a car that's this new, somebody gets into an accident, kind of like with that BMW we saw over there.
Yeah.
That could be fixed. That car, technically, from a dollar standpoint, might not be totaled, but it might get totaled out just because the person that bought it spent so much money on it, and they're like, hey, I just want a new one. If you fuss enough, you'll be surprised how far you can get with insurance. But that's the only thing I see on this car. Otherwise, it looks pretty nice. So Scott, you know, we're looking at these fancy cars. They cost a good amount of money, but the real thing that I love specifically at the salvage auction is the cheap stuff. This stuff that costs sub $1,000, and I think that's what we got directly in front of us. But you're gonna have to educate me on this model. What do they call this?
This one is a, I believe this is an XJ6.
Okay, yeah. So that's a pretty
XJ6,
basic.
I think so. I think
no, it says it's got a V8 in it. So this is an XJ8.
Now Sam is secretly a Jag man.
I am. Truth be told, I am.
He's getting a bit older, let's face it, and he's drawn these Jags.
But what I look at this, okay, and to be honest, looks a bit ratty. Okay,
it is ratty.
It's going to be sold very cheap.
Has it actually got an engine in it?
I would imagine it does.
Like so, yeah. Yeah.
The engine in it's not worth much. What could you do with this to make it interesting?
You could have some fun with this. I would leave it the rat look. Work well on my channel. And yeah.
The interior is not half bad for how.
It's an auto.
The door panel's missing. No big deal.
So much missing on it. This is.
But you know how cheap you could have this thing? You know how cheap this will go. This will probably go under $1,000.
Yeah. That's probably all it's worth.
we can't look at cheap saloons without noticing the S-Class behind it. This, I think, is an underappreciated model because they came loaded with great tech and they're sold really, really cheap. This looks to be an S550, got under 100,000 miles and a flat tire. No big deal, we could figure that out. Sitting, well, no, the air suspension looks pretty good from all the way back here. Body looks halfway decent. What do we got going on in the interior? Anything interesting?
Like you say, it actually looks quite nice in here.
These cars are extremely luxurious and are a huge step up from the previous generation. And they sell so cheap at these auctions. I mean, we're talking sub $6,000 in some cases. But the big question is, does it run? I think that this engine is relatively reliable. Right here, let's see what we got going on. Oh, look, we've got life. Will it start? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to go with a yes.
This car's in pretty good shape, Scott. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Like butter.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that noise? Suspension.
Yeah, it's working though.
It's airing up, I can feel it.
It's working.
Very cool.
Coming up.
96,000 miles. This is a nice ride, Scott. This is a really good daily driver. Not particularly great on fuel economy.
What do you think this will go for then?
I think that this would sell sub 7,000 in today's market. A year ago, maybe around 5,000 bucks. I actually know a guy, and you guys probably do too, that bought an S63 AMG for around $5,000. It had over 100,000 miles, but amazing service history. And I think it was totaled out for hail, if I don't.
Really?
I'm not mistaken.
So this is here for what, really? Can't see much wrong with it.
This is so what's happened over the years, because of Copart's popularity, they've taken on a ton of wholesale cars. So any dealer could go and just take their car and run it through Copart.
Here, really?
All right, now, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to stop right there. Don't turn around. I want you to walk 10 steps that way, side step, side step, side step. I'm gonna show the camera why, because I see what this is, and that would be a dead giveaway. But we're gonna play a game I love to play at when I'm out at the salvage auction, and it's called Name That Burned Car. Turn around, Scott, what is this car? Don't look too much to the side, come here. Let's look around this way. Let's look around. Look at the front end. Do you have any idea yet, as of right now?
No idea what this is.
All right, let's look at some obvious clues. We see how many doors does it have?
It's a coupe.
Okay, look at the engine bay. This is a true car guy could tell what this is by looking at that intake manifold.
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
It's an American car.
This is an American car.
I'm never going to know, am I? I don't know American cars.
A coupe. What could it be?
Mustang. It's a Mustang.
It's a Mustang.
I can see that. The only thing that's left unburnt on it.
All right, Scott is not really the winner. He cheated. That's the obvious thing.
Could we build one of these, yeah? This is rebuildable. Yeah?
This, according to a few places, they would take this and they'd like graft a whole nother body onto the good section of the car. Wherever that is, they'd scoop all the dust out of it. They'd find the good section, and then they'd have themselves a mint New Edge Mustang V6. That's what this is. Now, if you want to play the expert level of Name That Burned Car, Scott, what is this burned car right here?
Is that? It looks like a Tesla.
It does look like a Tesla. Based on just the wheel, right?
Yeah.
Now, honestly, I don't know what this is. It looks like it could be a Model X. Oh, I think we could tell. No, it doesn't say. It does not say from the sticker. I'm looking at the air suspension here.
Look at this. This is a bit of a giveaway.
That is a bit of a giveaway.
It's a bit here.
Right there.
Looks like an X.
Almost every time I've come out specifically to this auction, unless this is the same one, which I'm almost certain it's not, there's always a burned Model X.
Wow.
Now, I'm not saying anything. They probably figured out those problems, I'm hoping, but this is kind of crazy.
Sam, what's this one? This one looks rather interesting. American,
Ooh.
Give me an education.
C7 Corvette, Scott. This is the off-road mud vet edition. Clearly, this car...
If you look over here, you can see why it went off-road. The guy had no tread on the tires. Look at that.
Was it used a bit? Wow, smooth as could be. And see, this is the thing. When you see something like this, you wonder, Has it been sitting outside forever? No, this went off-road. I mean, look at the paint is even popping up off of it. You don't get stuff in the wheel wells like this from it sitting outside. This went off-road, but the body's really straight. Clearly needs some paint. This is one of those mysteries that could be a good one. Let's see what the back looks like here. Definitely ripped off the rear rocker. That's not a big deal. You can buy that. What you want to look at is the fiberglass structure in here, which the solid parts actually look pretty good. This sort of stuff, you see, a lot of this bolts. There's a bolt and glues on. This is torn up. We got a wheel problem here. I actually saw a C8 at the same lot that had very similar rear end damage. This one is not as bad, but the big mystery is what's in the interior, and of course it's taped off. Let's keep looking here, and besides a little bit of scuffing of the fiberglass in this rear corner, this is a nice body here. This is in good shape. This is something that could make for an amazing project. Here, let's pop up what the interior looks like online, and that's going to decide whether this car is worth buying or not. This is very unsightly, so it's going to drive a lot of bidders away. This is the sort of stuff that could make for a good deal because these cars are in right now with the release of the C8. They're fairly expensive, Scott. A clean one of these won't sell for any cheaper than about $35,000 right now. That's with some good miles on it. A low mileage one cost into the 50s, even for a basic C7. So again, it all depends what we see and the photos that we just pulled up online. Well, you decide for yourself. Let us know in the comments. Would this make for a good project if we could pick it up in the teens? Ooh, I might buy this car just to put those wheels on the Monte Carlo that I have. Impala. This looks like a standard one, but it's got, oh, it's missing one of the wheels, Scott.
It's in the car.
Is it?
Yeah, go check it.
Oh, there it is. That, I was gonna say that severely devalues it for me if I can't have all four wheels. We got all four wheels. I will bid on it as long as it sells for under about $600. But the car really caught my eye over here. I like these things. I used to have one. So every time I see one at the salvage auction, I always got to take a closer look. It's got a really nice set of wheels on it too. Is it a Cayman S or a Cayman? I'm betting it is a base Cayman because the Cayman S usually had a contrasting color, lower spoiler. Let's see. Regular Cayman, right?
Regular Cayman. Automatic.
Automatic. Ooh, that kind of kills the fun. I think that this is okay. I'd love to see what this looks like closer up with that bumper off. I think it took out mostly just the crash bar, Scott. I think that this could be a really good one because it looks quite nasty in the photos. This is one that if you weren't able to put your hands on, you might not take a risk on it, but in person, it's really nice. If this goes for under $10,000, it's a steal. Because these cars sell for about double that with a clean title. Let's see what goes on here. I see that there's some exposed wiring down there, which is probably because the battery's not working, and I think some of these Porsches you can jump down there. Yeah, battery's dead. This is an interesting one. Under $10,000, given that the engine and transmission work, it's a steal, especially if you can pick it up around $7 grand or so. The ones with the engine in the dashboard. No, the Jaguar. How do you say Jaguar?
Jag.
Jag.
Oh, yeah.
You said it earlier. I've got a soft spot for these.
Yeah.
I like this car. Look at the interior. Oh, man. Jaguar F-Pace. What do you think about these cars?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Let's see what model this is, and then we'll check out, well, look, 133 miles. 133 miles. How bad is it? The structure looks really good. So you can see where they hit the crash bar back here. Probably bent it in a little bit, but you know what I think V-Tune would do is he'd assess the damage. Look, I see it right up in there. You see that? And you would leave this crash bar on, and you would set up some hooks to pull from this corner out. This is really, really no big deal, in my opinion, of course. And then you get a car that has, look at this interior. Oh, you don't see much interior from here.
No airbags. No dash airbags anyway.
133 miles. And then you've got an interior that looks like this. I like these cars. I like them. I just wonder how they'll hold up resale value wise. 133 miles. It's a new car. Nice. Could you imagine, Scott, you're driving this, you bought it new. It's the second day into your ownership, you're driving along and boom, someone rear ends you. That's got to be a horrendous feeling. Luckily, they had full coverage, likely. They're driving a Jaguar. And, well, now it's here for somebody to get hopefully a good deal on. That is a cool car.
Nice color, nice spec.
All right, what are we on the hunt for here, Scott? You said you were looking for something special.
Something special, something that tickles my fancy.
Ooh, there's an interesting car. Something special, something very sought after here in the States. Do you have these over there? Honda S2000s.
10 a penny.
Really?
10 a penny, we got loads of them.
The value of these have skyrocketed. And look at this one.
They are peanuts.
Yeah, people love these. And this one looks like
wrong. Last time I looked, they were peanuts.
So far, looks like a great project. 109,000 miles, which is not bad for a Honda. We got a couple sets of keys in there, if we look. We've got a stick shift, which I'm pretty sure is pretty standard on this car. And we've got a little bit of a front corner smash that looks like a apron. Maybe just needs to be pulled over a little bit. Again, we can't really see, of course, we got the fender still on it. But this is a very well sought after car. Someone will pay good money for this, even smashed. Now it's time to hear from you guys. Out of everything we looked at today, what would you take home? Think about what the cost of these cars might be when they go across the auction block using a standard 50 to 60% off their current retail prices, and take their damage into consideration, of course. And let me know in the comments what you would be excited to own, work on, and enjoy. I'd also like to give a big thanks to the Copart Tampa staff for allowing us to show off their inventory, and also my friend Radarosa for tagging along and helping me on what just might be my most advantageous project yet. If you're not already following his channel and his very rare vintage Ferrari BBI build, I'll drop a link down in the description box. If you enjoyed this style of video, be sure to hit the like button, and as always, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for watching today. I'll catch you very soon.